Ooh, what's good, Commanders fans? A win is a win is a win is a win. And I'll take the win. I'll take the dub. Undefeated at Northwest Stadium. Left hand up. All that. Adam Peters' first win. Dan Quinn's first win. Jaden Daniels' first win. Jaden Daniels is undefeated at Northwest Stadium as well. So I love to see it. I love to see it. I know Austin Seibert. Oh my goodness. Austin Seibert. Wow. I mean, he is a legend. 7 field goals, 7 for 7. We go from a terrible kicker in Cade York and Riley Patterson, Ramiz Ahmed, all those guys awful, to find our guy in Austin Seibert. Isn't that just awesome to find him in a couple days and he's ready to go and kick these field goals and make them? That's just beautiful from Austin Seibert. People call him a legend and all that. Shout out to Austin Seibert. Now, this it was an ugly win, but once again I'll take it. Thank goodness we beat Daniel Jones. We beat him before, but thank goodness we beat Daniel Jones. We don't let Daniel Jones come in and dog walk us in our own house. Malik Neighbors, shout out to Malik Neighbors for having hands on a snake on that 4th and 4. That was a beautiful drop. Darius Slayton had a drop on a 2-point conversion that helped us out as well. So the Giants did help us out. Their kicker being injured, that was a huge help. I'm not going to act like that didn't help because every time they had to go for it on 4th down, they had to they basically had to go for it on 4th downs. They couldn't kick any field goals. They couldn't kick an extra point. Every time they had to go for 2, every time they had to go for it. So that was a huge factor in us winning this game. It really was. And it's inexcusable. I hate to start off down, but I do want to be honest here. The red zone was awful today. The penalties, the miscommunication, whatever was going on with the false start on Cosme, false start Nick Allegretti. I don't know if it's the communication between Jaden Daniels and Sam Cosme and the guys or Nick Allegretti. Ben Sinnott had a false start in the red zone. There were so many times where we were just kicking ourselves and just punching ourselves in the gut with the false starts and miscommunication, whatever was going on, where we could have scored multiple times. I think we were 0 for 4 in the red zone, 0 for 5 now. I don't really count the last one because they ran the clock out, but we have to be better in the red zone. Of course, the Cowboys got dog walked. They got skunked in their own house. That was beautiful. So right now we're like second in the division behind the Eagles, and the Eagles possibly could lose on Monday night. Who knows? We could be tied. We could be tied for first in the division, really. Or I mean, it could be a 3-way tie. I mean, it's too early to really worry about that. But just paying attention to the NFC East and whatnot, the Cowboys got their butts kicked. They got skunked today, so I love seeing that. But let's get to the game here. Brian Robinson. I'll go to my notes here really quickly, just one by one. Brian Robinson was awesome today, man. He was awesome. I mean, he did everything but get a touchdown. He did everything but get a touchdown today. The opening kickoff. So we'll start with the opening kickoff. Austin Eckler. That should have been a touchdown, but Nick Bellore was called for a penalty. So Nick Bellore was called for 2 penalties, and we brought him in to be a special teams ace, and he has 2 penalties on back-to-back drives. So he's got to be better than that. That should have been a touchdown. I thought that was a ticky-tack call. I think it was like an unsportsmanlike conduct call on Nick Bellore to start off or something like that. They took it back, or a holding call or something like that on Nick Bellore. So he's got to be better. We did give up an opening touchdown to the Giants. That was their first opening touchdown for the Giants in 27 games, which is ridiculous. And then Noah Brown, man, he stepped up big time. Those were some big catches. That was a big catch by Noah Brown down the middle. That was a big catch and a big boy throw by Jaden Daniels. And that was a beautiful zone read call by Cliff Kingsbury in the 4th quarter on that last drive to get us in the red zone for Jaden Daniels to run the Kayvon Thibodeau side. That was beautiful. For him to stay in bounds as well and let the clock run, that was a smart heads-up play by Jaden Daniels there too. B-Rob, and then the pass to Austin Eckler where Jaden was going this way, and then he did the Magic Johnson, throw it to Austin Eckler on the other side. That was a great call by Cliff Kingsbury there, and a great pitch and catch and run for Austin Eckler for the first down and more. So that was great. I thought Cliff did a better job this game. I thought he got Jaden in some more comfortable situations, getting the ball out quickly. Some nice passes to Zach Ertz. We got to get Terry more involved down the field. I know he's trying to get Terry some catches with screen passes and stuff like that. So we just got to get Terry the football down the field. I know that will happen more down the line in the season, but it looks like Jaden and Noah Brown have a good connection already. I love seeing that already. And him and Zach Ertz, that was a heck of a catch by Zach Ertz. And what I love the most, and I love seeing Brian Dable pissed off, throwing his tablet on the ground, getting pissed off because he knows his days are numbered. He's about to be fired. Same thing with Joe Shane with the Giants as well. But I love that after Zach Ertz took the ball away from Jason Pinnock, number 27, on that jump ball where Pinnock almost had the interception, Jaden got hit from behind. Zach Ertz big boyed him and grown man took the ball away from him. And not only after that, Brian Dable tried to throw the challenge flag. We hurried up and we snap the ball off. That's what I love from Cliff and Jaden Daniels. I think we have a smarter football team here just starting off. Now, there's some problems that we have to work out with the decision making by the coaches and stuff like that, but I love that they quickly snap the ball after that, because there's been so many times where we've seen other teams do that to us, where it's a questionable call. We think the ball hit the ground, like the Eagles with Devontae Smith a couple years ago. They hurried up and snapped the ball against us in our own house, and Ron Rivera was just too slow to throw the challenge flag. I love that this time we were the ones to do that and get the play off quickly. I love that with a passion. I love that by Jaden Daniels and Cliff Kingsbury getting the snap off quickly. De'Ami Brown had a good first drive. He had one or two catches for a first down, so I do like that. Jaden did get hit out of bounds when he ran out of bounds. He did the Houdini. And then basically football karma happened on that 3rd and 10. He ran for a first down. We got to the red zone. Ben Sinnott had a false start. I think that was on Ben Sinnott that time. And Jaden Daniels was visibly upset going to the sideline. And on that series in the red zone, we used the timeout. Not only did we use the timeout, after the timeout, we got a false start. So that's just inexcusable by the offense right there. Daniel Jones is a runner on the first drive. I thought Daniel Jones did a good job running the football, where he faked us out a couple times. Tackling on Devin Singletary, that touchdown was awful. Jeremy Chin was bad today. And I think, honestly, they may have to activate Derek Forrest. They may have to put him in there over Jeremy Chin, because Jeremy Chin has not been good at all. He had a fumble recovery, but he's not the one that forced the fumble. Ben St. Juste forced, and Ben St. Juste did a good job today. I thought this was one of his better games. Malik Neighbors he's a dog, man. He's a good player. Michael Davis had to get benched. Thank goodness Michael Davis was awful. He was just getting cooked by Malik Neighbors on every play. But Malik Neighbors is a good player. Like he's gonna get his. Like he's gonna get a first down here and there. But every time, like Ben St. Juste at least made it tough on Malik Neighbors, and that's what I got to give. I got to give Ben St. Juste credit on that. Noah I thought he tried. He got called for the penalty, but he tried. At least he was there. Like Michael Davis was like 2 or 3 steps behind Malik Neighbors a couple times. There were times where Malik Neighbors was open and Daniel Jones was still missing him. Like Malik Neighbors had 10 catches for 100-something yards, and Malik Neighbors really could have had like 12 or 13 catches for like 150 yards easily today. So even though he had 127 and cut us up, he still could have had more. That was the terrible thing about our secondary today too. All right, other notes that I have going down the line here. Zach Ertz catch, I talked about that. Jaden Daniels did bobble a snap where he could have handed it off to Olamide Zaccheaus, so he's got to work on that. He did miss Noah Brown on the end zone where he got sacked on the 3rd down, the 3rd and goal. B-Rob had a 32-yard run. There was one run that B-Rob had, and then it was like he had a backpack on his back. So like he went up the middle, stopped, went onto the outside, had the 40-yard run, but it really should have been a touchdown. 90% of running backs in the league would have got a touchdown. But I love B-Rob. I don't care that he's not the fastest guy in the world. He's not the most shiftiest guy in the NFL. He's not the most explosive or quickest guy, but he's tough. He's a tough runner, and he runs hard. How many yards did B-Rob have on the ground today? 133 yards on the ground. I said the over on BetUS. Zach Ertz, I said the over 2.5 receptions. That hit. Austin Eckler, 2.5 receptions with the over on BetUS. That hit as well. Terry McLaurin, over 3.5 receptions. That hit on BetUS as well. So I gave you guys some good plays on BetUS for sure. The only thing that did not hit was Daniel Jones over completions, and that's a good thing. So he went under with 16 on BetUS. Make sure you guys check out BetUS. They got the promo code YouTube 150. First time users, you get 3 deposit matches up to $2,000 on your first 3 deposit matches. You get a bonus up to $2,000 of deposit match on BetUS. So make sure you guys check out BetUS for sure. Look at my other notes here. Just want to go down note by note here. Eckler, 3rd down catch and run. 3rd and 13, he got the first down. That was a great call. That was a great call by Cliff. Then we get to the red zone. It's a 3rd and 4, and Cliff runs the ball up the middle with Eckler. I did not like that at all. It was like running into a brick wall. I'm like, why not trust your young quarterback to throw the football? And that was the same drive that Jaden got injured, or he got hurt. I'm not going to say injured. He got hurt. Jeff Driscoll came in for a snap, and then Jaden came back. Now, Jaden, I thought he did a good job, like, avoiding contact. He got sacked 5 times. He did get hit a couple times. He got hit going out of bounds. He got sacked 5 times. But, yeah, he just has to be careful. But I do like seeing him run. How many carries did he have? He had 10 carries again. So 10 carries for 44. He had 16 last week, so he had 6 less carries, which is a little bit better. But if he sees a lane, take the lane and go. That's my thing. But can he run to see somebody down the field? I didn't really see him run around and find somebody down the field today. That's something that I want to see him do against the Bengals on Monday Night Football. But yeah, it was a little scary seeing him get hit like that and go down. But I knew it wasn't like a knee injury or anything like that. He might have he got hit in the ribs. Maybe the wind got knocked out of him. He got right back up because he's a tough guy. Malik Neighbors cooking Michael Davis. I talked about that already. We dominated the time of possession in the first half, and it was still like 6-6 in the first half, which was ridiculous. Ben St. Juice forcing the fumble on Devin Singletary. The tackling was still bad there on that drive, and even that fumble was on like a 13-yard run, so the defense still wasn't good. But Ben St. Juice finally ball is life. Ball is life. We finally forced a turnover. Ball is life. All that Joe Witt Jr. has been preaching about. Ball is life finally. Jaden made a nice pass to Zach Ertz. He had a nice drive where he hit Zach Ertz back to back, like a 10-yard pass and then like a 15-yard pass up the middle to Zach Ertz. We couldn't convert on the red zone again. Daniel Jones misses Malik Neighbors over the middle. Talked about that. So Olamide Zaccheaus had a nice punt return. Jamison Crowder was inactive. Derek Forrest was inactive, and then Derek Forrest's dad did sound off on Twitter. He was not happy about that. Like I said, I would activate Derek Forrest and maybe even bench Jeremy Chin. I'm sorry. It's been 2 games where Jeremy Chin in a row that he has tackled very poorly. He's tackled very, very poorly. Frankie Lou was out there hitting guys. He almost took Malik Neighbors out the game. Like, I love the way that he's headhunting. I'm not saying go out there and knock people out the game and bounty stuff like that, but Frankie Louvu he's a tough hitter, man. He really is. I love the way he plays with reckless abandon. Malik Neighbors converted on 4th and 3 because they can't kick any extra points or field goals, so they went for it on 4th down. That's where they called the Noah Igbenogbe pass interference. It was a pass interference. I thought it was a little ticky-tacky, honestly, but I'm not mad that they called it because there was a lot of contact on the play where Noah did grab him. Darius Slayton dropped the 2-point conversion. I talked about that. 3rd and 5, we got bailed out by a holding penalty by Drew Phillips when Jaden Daniels got sacked. So we did get bailed out a little bit, but the Giants are a bad team. When you're a bad team, you do things like that to bail other teams out, and that's what they did. Sam Cosmi with the false start. Sam Cosmi turned around to Jaden and was kind of like, what's going on? So that's why I'm not going to pin all of it on Sam Cosmi. Is what's going on with the communication between the quarterback and the offensive line. We're at home. It should be silent in there. I know that they had a couple Giants fans in there. You guys tell me how many Giants fans were in there. Was it really to the point where Giants fans were loud enough to make us have a false start? So they got to fix that. The quarterback and the offensive line, they got to fix that. The communication. Tight ends too with Ben Simmons as well. Noah Brown had a big catch for a first down. Malik Neighbors with a 3rd and 7 shallow cross where he was wide open. Malik Neighbors drop. We got lucky, and then B-Rob had a nice run. We got lucky with the drop on 4th and 4, and then B-Rob had a nice run. Jaden Daniels had a nice run to put a ribbon on the gift of the W there. So we sealed the deal there. 3rd downs. Let's look at some of the statistics here. Team stats. I didn't look at 3rd downs last week. I just was so over the game. We were 4 for 8 on 3rd down, which is better. 50%, which is better. We were 7 for 14 on 3rd down. I thought Jaden had a solid game overall. 23 for 29, 226 yards. I just want to see him get more of a connection to Terry. He did have a 14-yard pass to Terry McLaurin, but like I said, I think their chemistry is going to grow. He had a nice 34-yard pass to Noah Brown in the clutch, 27-yard pass to Austin Eckler. So it's not a air it out offense where we're stretching the field just yet, but I think that's going to come with time. This is only his 2nd game, so I think that's going to come with time. I think the more confident he gets, the more stuff that he sees, the more times that he settles down on the field. Brandon Coleman did get a little bit banged up. I did see that. I did hear about that. We'll see some PFF grades tomorrow on how many snaps guys had, but offensive line wise, I think. And then Sam Cosmi got banged up. He went back in. How many sacks? Cleveland Farrell got another sack, so he has 2 sacks on the year. That's the only sack that we got all day. And then, I'm just happy we beat Kayvon Thibodeau. Thibodeau had 0 sacks today, right? Let me see how many sacks he had today. Pinnock had 2. Thibodeau has 0 sacks. And I thought we did a good job on Dexter Lawrence for the most part. I think we did a good job for the most part. And a lot of that is Jaden because he's able to evade the rush. He helps out the offensive line a lot. But I'm so happy that Kayvon got 0 sacks. I'm so happy Kayvon got 0 sacks and that we beat Daniel Jones. I'm so happy. I'm so tired of losing to those bums, man. I'm so happy that I'll take any kind of win. Even if we don't score a touchdown and get 7 field goals, I'll take the W anytime, any day of the week. I'll take this W, left hand up, 21-18, undefeated at Northwest Stadium. And yes, I know I picked us to lose. And honestly, we didn't play a great game, but I'll take it. Jonathan Allen, we'll talk a little bit about him tomorrow, and some of the other guys. And then Johnny Newton, didn't really see much from him. I don't think he recorded a tackle. Yeah, Johnny Newton didn't even record a tackle or anything like that. But like I said, it's his first game. It's his first game. But we get the dub. Austin Seibert is a dog. I love it. I love it. And Jaden Daniels looked fine. Zach Ertz looked good. Austin Eckler looked good. B-Rob looked good. I'll talk about studs and duds tomorrow. But we'll soak in the W. We needed this dub bad. And then we'll move on to the Bengals on Wednesday, which I think is actually, we'll see how the Bengals shake out. What are the Bengals doing right now? They're actually beating the Chiefs 3-0. So I'm not going to speak on that game too much. But this was a good win. We needed it. And of course, seeing Dallas get blown out like that, that's just awesome. I'll take that any day of the week. So, all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. Health Commanders as always. Left hand up. Peace.